Welcome to Arresting Normality. My name is Aaron, joined as always with Travis from Howie Games and Cody from Stealing Life. Hello, we are once again into podcast Landarama, and that is what we're going to be. So don't judge me.
Okay, I'm going to interrupt here. We're going to start with a very serious note.
Oh God, we were starting off so happy.
Fun.
We were going to be talking about strongman stuff, which nobody obviously care about. But
Dude,
Travis is going to fucking ruin it.
People need to care.
So
They
the
should
editor
care.
of the podcast would like to apologize.
Because he's an asshole.
Because he's a piece of
Isn't
shit.
me?
Yeah.
He's a
It's none
worthless
of
piece
us.
of garbage.
Yeah, we don't pay him, but fucking what a dickbag. What a
He's been
fucking
very
awful
busy with
dickbag.
school, so the podcast has been very irregular.
Yeah,
He's
but
also
and
a
I would
liar.
like to-
obviously, this podcast is much more important than school. Fuck, what's school gonna get you a job? You could be like the fame of like having 15 people watching
Yeah.
a video once a week.
You
Sometimes.
know what's the worst part about this is it's not even that I'm getting interrupted. It's that they're not going to see this for like 3 weeks. Like this apology is going to be like 3 weeks later. Johnny D's going to be like, "What the fuck?" Dalton's going to be like, "Huh?" And that's the only two people that listen.
Right, and nobody else will get it.
Well, good. I'm glad you apologized for being a piece of garbage. And we can move on.
My amp is crooked.
Oh, God. Oh. You got it? You need help?
No.
Is that better?
It's bent.
What?
You see that?
Oh God, it's bent.
Fucking.
Why is my phone know my phone's ringing?
Uh-oh.
What happened?
I'm answering that.
Yeah, my amp was. I have like a thing behind me that holds like all of my amps. Well, it holds half my amps actually, and yeah, it's up on.
You have too many amps.
I don't have enough amps. That was not mine, so I got to replace that with
If
one
you
that's
have
one.
a giant piece of equipment that only holds part of your stuff, you have too much stuff.
Well, I need a guitar tree, and I need more amps, dude. It's just what happens.
Yeah.
And I need an evil pumpkin at some point in
Because
time.
14 guitars and 82 amps is not enough.
That's another thing that school did for me this year that I hated. I didn't get to carve a pumpkin.
Well,
No,
if you did
I always
carve a
carve
pumpkin,
really badass. Have you seen my pumpkins, Cody?
I've seen your pumpkins, buddy. We all have Facebook.
Probably.
Yeah, he's seen them. It's Facebook. They're good.
No, hold on. I'm going
my
to show you a
God.
picture of my pumpkin. You
This
guys
is
keep
not
talking. I'm going to
interesting.
show
We
you a
were
picture
gonna
of my
start
Show
the
him the
show.
link one.
Why don't we start the podcast?
We
Show him
did
the which
start
one?
the podcast.
I know, but I mean like the conversation of the podcast.
No, we're just gonna
No,
fuck it all up.
because you have to see
We're
my
gonna have a good
pumpkin.
conversation. We're gonna have a nice conversation,
Yeah.
but then Travis is like, "Oh wait, no, pay attention to me because I'm fucking important."
Even though he was going to be a big part of that conversation.
Oh, definitely, and he's the one who kind of
This is
initiated
my
that conversation in
channel.
the first
so
place.
fuck you.
And now we're gonna forget everything.
Now
so.
it's all about pumpkins, even though they're going to see this fucking 8 weeks after Halloween.
I mean,
Well,
it's-
and they're not going to see anything because most of these people are probably listening in podcast land, or they're not actually watching. They're just listening in podcast land or
Yeah.
YouTube land. Where are we?
Oh, you didn't turn him down.
oh god,
I'm hearing him twice. Just realized.
That's gonna
right.
come
It'll
good
be-
in the audio.
no, it won't. I have a gate running on Cody and my audio, so it's not gonna come through.
Let's
Plus,
see, where'd it go?
my
Are we
my
just going to
signal's
sit here and
compressed.
wait for you to find
Yeah,
your fucking
no.
pumpkin
Yeah, we
picture?
have
No,
to
you guys
fucking
keep
wait.
talking. You guys keep talking, and I will find a pumpkin
But
picture.
we're going to start a conversation, and then halfway through it, you're going to be like, pumpkin!
exactly.
Fucking, you're the drunk uncle at the party. Wanders in talking about pumpkins.
You ruined my want to talk about anything fun.
I still want to talk
Good.
about it.
Yeah. Well, okay. So before we started this podcast, me and Cody were having a discussion about Strongman and how we were very impressed with all the guys and how they did this year and how sad we are about Brian Shaw. You guys have heard a lot about Brian Shaw. Oh, look, there's a pumpkin in our fucking...
Oh, look, there's a pumpkin.
Is it actually a pumpkin, or did it just send a Word file?
We're
Fuck it, now I don't want to send you my pumpkin.
Yeah, that didn't work.
What the
Hold
fuck?
on. I don't know. It's you have
Just-
fucking external link. Hold on.
Quality content.
Just send me a...
There you
we
go. There's my pumpkin.
Oh my god. You can just send a picture Has to be a link
Look
to
at
a
that
thing.
pumpkin.
Oh, I think I saw that.
Yeah, I told you. You did see it.
That's
cool.
a badass pumpkin.
It is. It's very nice.
It's a mucho badasso.
The fuck are we talking about this for?
I don't know, because I mentioned
'Cause
evil
pumpkins.
pumpkin. I was talking about amplifiers, and Travis got distracted.
No, I didn't get to carve one this year, and so I'm sad. I always carve a really cool pumpkin.
Oh, I'm sorry. People are dying, so you don't get to carve pumpkins.
That's not why I didn't get to carve pumpkins. You can
Well,
carve
it's because
pumpkins
you're
at
in
home.
school to be a nurse to take care of the dying people.
Yeah, because everyone
I don't
dies
care
around you.
I don't take care of dying people. I take care of living people. Duh, you stupid. If they're dead, I don't. You're like, oh, that's done.
Well, if they weren't in the process of dying, then you probably wouldn't be taking care of them.
Aren't we all in the process of dying?
Yes.
it just takes a really long time.
So, strongman stuff.
Strongman stuff.
Did you
Stupid.
even start the thought? I don't even think we started the
Kinda.
thought.
I was trying to navigate in that direction,
I know you mentioned Brian
but
Shaw.
I was blown off course.
So, okay, try to find it again.
Shaw.
We were talking about Brian Shaw.
We were talking about Brian Shaw and how sad we were about him possibly retiring, but
Might be the
how
end,
the thing is it's been like 3 years now, and every single time something has happened to where it just didn't go well for him. And
It's been injuries the last couple.
Yeah.
This one just was a bad performance.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't hear anything about him getting hurt. He just didn't perform.
yeah, but
Even on the strength events, like
Which
the
is crazy.
static strength events, because his thing has always been he's not fast enough to keep up with the smaller athletes, which is funny because a smaller athlete in strongman is like 6'4", 340 pounds.
right.
But so they had like a 18-inch deadlift,
Mm-hmm.
and he came in like 5th in that event. Novikov. crushed
Wait,
him.
okay, hold on. 18-inch deadlift. How does one get an 18-inch deadlift?
It's
You have to pick it up that much?
no. That's how far it's off the ground. So it's like a raised. It's a partial deadlift. So the bar is already like below your knee. It's like what mid.
Oh, they're
shin
cheating.
level,
I got you.
Basically,
higher shin level.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, they're
It's
cheating.
not. It's a different lift.
No, it's
How
just
is that cheating if they're calling it what it is?
Because it's already 18 inches off the ground. They're cheating.
Travis.
Yeah.
Could you pull 1,000 pounds if it was already 18 inches off the ground?
I bet I could because they're cheating.
By the way, Novikov set a record with that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How high?
I think it was 1,000.
Was it how much somebody cheated?
It was
in
like
the-
1,100 and something pounds.
Fuck. That's
18 inch
crazy.
deadlift, yeah. And he's not the biggest guy. And
Right.
and then there was the log ladder where they do a series of logs. I think they got up to like. You can't have a conversation with this guy. You just can't. Just the giggles and shit.
Log ladder?
Yeah.
Why
Strongman.
wouldn't you make it out of sticks? That's much more.
How
What?
would that be? How, Travis?
Because
How?
logs would be huge and round. That'd be a big ass Donkey Kong ladder.
Oh my god. Well, these are big men, so they need a big ladder.
They're very large men.
So I think there was 4 of them, right? And I think they went up to. I think the highest was 175
Mm-hmm.
kilos.
That's a step stool.
so
if
that's
there's only 4.
350-ish
Yeah.
pounds. And he didn't finish. He didn't lift the last log. So I don't know how he didn't get a,
Sad.
360-ish pound log off the ground. I don't understand it.
Because he has very, very strong shoulders.
Oh, yeah.
Very strong everything.
His strict press used to be ridiculous. And again, like Novikov crushed him in that.
Mm-hmm.
So did JF Carone and Jerry Pritchett.
Jerry Pritchett. Yeah.
He showed up too. I think he got second.
Nice.
Yeah.
So what
JF
you're saying
Carone
is
got
the
third.
Russians like rigged the results?
Fucking, what's his name? Damn it. I hate stereotyping, but the gay guy who's really good.
It's the easiest way to do it.
Yeah.
It's strongman. World's strongest gay. Rob Kearney.
Rob Kearney. Dude,
World's
I bet
strongest
he did
gay.
good.
You had to say it
He
like
was
that,
out.
huh?
He's out? What happened?
That's actually his channel name. That's what he goes by. Is World's Strongest Gay.
It's hilarious.
It's his moniker. He
and
he
he's
makes
awesome.
money off it. So
He's super
he's
cool.
fucking great, and he's a great strongman.
And he's got
My
shoulders
teeth
that
look
could
so
destroy
yellow
worlds.
in this light.
Oh my god, Travis!
I brush my teeth every day, and they look so yellow.
The ADHD that is happening in Travis's brain right now.
I can't even deal with it.
Yeah, it's tough. It's a tough one to manage today.
So what happened?
So he was going for. Remember, he was going to do 3 competitions in 3 months. Mm-hmm. His first one was the log press record. Mm-hmm. He was trying to break the world record. Mm-hmm. Tore his tricep.
Oh, so he did one competition in 1 month.
Fuck, that sucks.
He tore his tricep going for the record.
So I feel like if you tore a bicep really on a log press, that'd be really difficult.
I know. As soon as I said it, I was like, that's stupid.
That's not tricep.
Right. What'd you say, Travis?
Nothing. I feel like that would really hurt.
No. You think? Yeah, that would hurt.
Well, yeah, like you tear your whole ass tricep.
If it's like a partial tear, like that sucks, right? But if it's like a full tear, it like rolls up and it'll pull all the way into like a big ball. It's awful, and then they have to go surgically reattach it.
I was gonna say that's got to be a surgery at that point.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he got surgery done already.
Mm-hmm.
But I felt bad for him because I thought he was gonna perform. Like the events were there for him. This World's Strongest Man was definitely built for the smaller strongman.
Mm-hmm. They've been going that way for a while. They have been, too.
And I think it's because of the Arnold. Because the Arnold is so stupid heavy.
Yeah.
That they're like, well, they're going to be the heaviest show in the world, then we can be a little bit different.
Yeah.
And which I like because it shows the athleticism. So, anyways, yeah. God, people just stop interrupting. Anyways,
what's the Arnold?
Nothing.
What's the Arnold?
The Arnold is, well, he's asking legitimate questions now. The Arnold is the Arnold Classic Strongman event that happens every year. It's the heaviest show in the world.
Yeah.
Is it named after Arnold Schwarzenegger?
It sure is.
Yes.
He's the one who organized it.
It's not the Arnold Palmer.
It's not the world's strongest golfer.
Although I might watch that.
Right. like could you imagine
that man had tea and lemonade figured out
there fucking golfing?
I took it the other way. I was having golfers do strongman events.
Oh God.
So like Tiger Woods tried to do like a Atlas Stone.
Equally ridiculous in either direction.
Oh man. Yeah, the Arnold's is like notorious for being stupid
very heavy. And it makes sense too.
Tiger Woods is trying to lift a Atlas Stone. Does he get the mistress to come help him, or
no? Atlas Stone is a solo event.
Mm-hmm. Also, I think Tiger would be the worst person for Atlas Stone because his back's all fucked up.
Oh yeah. Problems, yeah. He would not.
How do we know that? Okay. How do you know that much about Tiger Woods that he has back problems?
That was why he stopped playing golf forever. Yeah. Also, he's the most famous golfer of all time.
It was because he put his penis where it shouldn't be.
Well, lots of people do that, Travis.
Yeah, that's not why he stopped.
Yeah.
If that was the case, then that fucking, what's his name, John Daly would never golf again.
Yeah.
You guys know so much about golfers.
They're famous.
Yeah.
How do you not hear about these people?
Yeah, I have a little bit of an advantage because my dad is big into golf.
I don't even like golf, and I know these people.
Like, but you're a sports guy.
I am.
So golf is a sport.
If you do World's Strongest Golfer, Bryson DeChambeau wins.
I don't know who that is.
He eats 47 steaks for breakfast. The guy's he's like The Rock if he was a golfer. So
he eats 47 steaks for breakfast.
Well, that was obviously an exaggeration.
Yeah. You're an exaggeration.
It brought up a thing in golf though with him because they had their off season. I don't know if they have an off season. They weren't playing for a bit. So they didn't play, and then he showed up like with 40 pounds of muscle on him. And I guess they don't drug test in golf. So they're all like, that's weird.
That's a lot of muscle.
And he attributed it to his new diet. And that's why everybody's like, okay, does he just eat 50 steaks in the morning? Because you just showed up in 6 months with like 50 pounds of muscle on you.
That doesn't happen.
It doesn't really work that way usually. So
not without, unless he like got on all the really expensive testosterone stuff.
Yeah.
That's the only way I could see him doing it without being straight up just steroids, you know?
The bigger question I have is, why the fuck are you doing steroids for golf?
Right. You know, it's funny too, because I'm fairly certain a lot of people have done steroids in golf too. They just didn't go into like bodybuilding stuff to get all pumped.
Well, I guess for the recovery, right?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. You go out there and play golf for hours and just sit there and work on certain things. You take steroids, you're going to get better at it. I wonder, now I have if I sat there and if I took steroids and didn't exercise, right, and just like just sat there and shredded,
how good you'd be at guitar?
This is an interesting science experiment.
Oh my God.
Could you actually get better faster at guitar by doing steroids?
I feel like you should find out.
I don't think that muscle equals agility.
I don't want
though.
to submit myself to science.
Well, it's not about muscle though, right? Because steroids really all they do is help you recover faster, right?
And if one of the things that you run into when you're practicing really hard on guitar is your hand will start cramping, and yes, it's a muscle. You're using muscles, so and you get
some steroids
tired
in that bad boy.
Absolutely, I want to inject steroids directly in my hand,
directly into your palm.
Yeah, exactly. In just both hands. You know, it's like,
do you get to a point where it's like hurting that bad though, like that you have to take a day or two to
I would
recover?
imagine, yeah.
Yep. Absolutely. And like, because especially like working with your pinky, and for whatever reason, your pinky and your ring finger don't like playing together. They just, because if you
They're
like,
not fans, yeah.
if you do that, like just doing this motion right there, it's fucking awful. Your hand, even doing this, I can feel a cramp start to start, and it's awful.
Well, just playing video games for too long, my hands will be like a little crampy.
Yeah. Do you think any video game people have taken steroids?
Oh yeah, ninjas on roids, for sure. For sure.
Peasant. How dare your hand?
Anyways, we got way off track.
Right.
We were talking about strongman.
Yes. But I don't know, not that far. Steroids,
Not that
strongman.
far. Steroids, strongman.
But while before we started this podcast, Travis asked an interesting question. He's like, how do strongmen deal with like arthritis and stuff in their older
he asked
age?
the lifespan. And I don't think we ever clarified.
The one thing that I was going to say about it is like you need to make a very particular distinction between strongmen and bodybuilders because they work
And
out completely
powerlifters.
different.
Those are all three different things.
So when it comes to bodybuilders, they're generally lower weight with a lot higher reps, and they're the people who are going to run into a lot of arthritis, a lot of joint issues and things like that because there's so much repetition, so of the same exact movement, right? And with strongmen and powerlifters, they're mostly much lower reps and much higher weight. So you're getting a lot of volume, but you're doing it in much less movement. So you're going to see them just, do a lot less, and it's going to be a lot easier on their joints, except for, of course, the obvious, like, hey, there's a shitload of weight, right? Which can obviously be a detriment within itself, but
that's why you see, I think, bigger like injuries that happen in the moment.
Yeah,
not
like your fucking bicep tearing.
Like I've met a few, and I guess I should have clarified whether they were bodybuilders or like strongmen or powerlifters because I didn't know that there's a whole lot of difference. But I've met people who said that they've done sports like that in the past, and every one of them's like, oh, like I wish I hadn't. Like keeping in shape is good, but I wish I hadn't gone to that extreme because my knees or my back.
Most of them were probably maybe powerlifters if they're big into like weight training sports.
Yeah,
because there's not a whole lot of strongmen out there.
Yeah.
So, what was that noise?
I was stretching.
Okay. I thought you were having a heart attack, and I was getting very concerned.
What was happening? So scared.
No, that was stretching noises.
But you do see a lot of the more like sudden injuries, I guess, because like Graham Hicks on Stones tore his bicep, which that happens a lot.
Or like your butthole falls out.
That's powerlifting, where they're trying to like deadlift and their butthole falls apart. But no, in strongman,
that's not a strong man where you have a million pounds on there, and
I think they're just, I don't know, they're more prepared, maybe because you don't see. I've seen like one strongman get hurt during a deadlift, and it was Brian Shaw, and it was his hamstring.
Yeah,
it wasn't like I've never seen them blow their asshole out or anything like that. Other than what's his name, Shivlikov. He fucking bleeds from his whole face every time he does a deadlift.
I know. It comes from nowhere. It's like right in the middle of his forehead.
His head just opens up and starts bleeding.
And like they wipe and there's nothing there. It's just like, there's just bleed. This blood just comes straight out of his forehead.
Sweats blood out of his face.
It's fucking crazy.
It's really
that. Okay, like there's a word for that. We're
gonna learn a new word, kids.
Like it's supposed to be enough stress to kill you. What is? Because people looked at it because of like the Bible. When we're doing a Bible lesson now. When Jesus is in the Garden of Gethsemane and he takes a cup and like blood from every pore.
Jesus was the first strongman.
Yes, he
was. He took the cup and deadlifted, and then there was blood from every pore. But like that, I always was under the impression that was supposed to kill you if that happened.
Shivlikov does it every time he deadlifts.
Every single time. And, a lot of the guys who get up there in that, like, that 1,000...
blood.
Oh, sorry, what?
When he types things, he says it.
Oh.
For whatever reason.
Okay.
So,
it's called hematidrosis.
That's fun.
I think
it's
sweating
an extremely
blood,
rare condition. Oh, okay. Go ahead.
I think sweating blood and what's going on, because I think what's happening is a blood vessel is bursting in their forehead from the stress, and then it's just being extruded.
But there's nothing there after.
No, this is so. Let me describe it to you. It may occur in individuals suffering from extreme levels of stress or pressure around the sweat glands. There are multiple blood vessels that form a net-like form, which can constrict and burst under pressure.
Okay,
That's basically what you said, so it is the same thing. That's so weird.
Yeah. Usually when it happens, though, it's not usually directly out of their foreheads like with him, but like with Brian Shaw, and I think I've seen Hathor and Eddie Hall, it's usually from their nose.
Their nose, yeah.
And some blood vessel bursts in their nose, and you just see the blood dripping from their nose.
I saw a guy on Juji's channel deadlift, and his fucking eye...
Yeah, it burst. Yeah,
he got a black eye, and his whole face was all swollen and shit.
And he's like, it happens a lot of times.
He said it happens to him every time he does a heavy deadlift.
Which is why he doesn't heavy deadlift.
That would suck.
I wouldn't either.
Yeah.
It sucks, too, because he was like really embarrassed about it, too.
He was, yeah. Yeah.
Why would you be embarrassed? You just picked up enough pressure to crush your face without actually anything being on it.
Yeah, but so did everybody else he was with, and nobody else's face exploded.
Yeah, it looked like he got like smashed with a car in both sides of his face.
It's weird. I would be embarrassed too. I don't think he should be, but if it happened to me, I would be.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It just sucks,
But Shivlikov doesn't.
I wouldn't be. I'd be
like,
yeah, I'm that fucking extreme. Look at me.
Shivlikov looks pretty badass when he's up there with his little army hat on and his fucking head's just bleeding.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
While he's holding 1,000 pounds. Like, he's kind of a badass.
He is.
Did you see at the Arnold what he did?
When?
He tore his like calf or something like that and finished the whole competition and came in fourth.
I did.
With like a torn calf.
He's a ridiculous bastard, but that's good for being fucking Russian, dude.
If he just could stay healthy, he would be a much better performer. But
yeah. I think they use like really crazy exercise techniques over there that are a little bit too hard on the body.
You think?
Yeah. So
that's why all the badasses are coming from over that way now, though. With the Shivlikov and Novikov, all the Kovs.
All the Kovs.
Who's the other
Novikov,
fucker?
I don't remember.
Matus.
Oh, Matus, yeah.
Kyle Sklees. Whatever the fuck his name is. These guys are ridiculous.
Yeah.
And he said he won, Matus won the Arnold, which is the heaviest show ever, right? And he said, my training was much harder than this. So this was nice. It's like, what the fuck are you doing,
right? Yeah.
God.
If you're overtraining, and you're...
Well, that's what you should be, but I don't think you should be able to with the shit they were lifting.
I know,
dude.
right?
That fucking one-arm dumbbell press he did was like a gajillion pounds. Right. It's stupid.
Yeah.
These guys are... But Travis was asking about like the lifespan of them earlier, and I think he was kind of wondering like how long they perform. Is that what you meant, Travis?
Yeah, that's like I don't expect them to die sooner. Like I can't imagine that you can do this into your like 40s.
I think Brian Shaw is right at the limit right now.
He's like 33.
3, yeah.
Yeah. So that's about, he's old.
Yep.
For strongman. So
yeah, I was gonna say probably like 30s, somewhere in there.
I would say early 30s.
Yeah. We're all probably too old now.
Well, they can still do impressive ass shit.
Oh hell yeah.
But to be like at the top of your game and beat these 24-year-old Russian monsters that are coming out, It's tough. Especially like Brian Shaw. And now, once he hit 30, it just seemed like everything fell apart.
Mm-hmm.
Tore his hamstring, and then he hurt his shoulder, and then he hurt his fucking ankle, and then it's just...
Well, once you start sustaining injuries like that, it's like, oh.
Yeah, because one injury kind of begets another injury. You know, you start compensating it, and you start get muscle imbalances because of that injury, and then nothing works that way.
And when you're a big man,
it sucks.
Tough on your,
and it sucks too because Brian Shaw was like historically like completely free of any kind of injuries, and that's part of the reason what made him so good for such a long time.
That's a big part of strongman is who's the healthiest at that competition. They're probably going to win.
Yeah,
like Novikov had nothing wrong with him.
It's like this man had the most spinach.
That's what happened last year with Martins. You know, he was in phenomenal shape, and Shaw was coming off an injury. Thor was out. You know, a lot of these he had to fight it out with Novikov and Matus because they were still there, but. That's what happens a lot.
Matus. Martin and Matus.
Don't make fun of people's names.
Yeah,
it's
those
dangerous.
Are their names.
Matus. Freed moose guava juice.
Wow. But yeah, I would say probably 30.
Yeah.
They start to think about getting out of it. Eddie Hall retired.
Yeah.
And I think he was 30 when he retired.
Yeah.
He won World's Strongest Man. I was like, cool, I'm done.
Cool. I know that I shouldn't do this anymore.
Oh, he's been done since he won. It was 3 years ago now, right?
Yep. And now he's been more into like bodybuilding and getting into like really good shape, which is very weird for someone his build, but I won't judge him for it.
He's shredded.
Yeah, he is.
It's
Absolutely
weird looking when you're a 340-pound man.
Bloat gut, shredded as you can be, but he is.
Good for Andy Hall.
We're just making fun of the people that could rip your body in half now? Is that what's happening?
And like in the most uncreative way possible.
I hope
they'll never find me.
I hope this podcast gets big enough to where we can set up a meeting with some of the strongmen,
right.
And I'm just going to play them all the shit he said.
Oh, yeah.
And just have them rip his limbs off.
Right. Yeah.
They can't catch me. I'm faster than them.
I don't know. I don't know if you're faster than some of them.
You are you, okay? And these are professional athletes. Yes, they're strongmen, not necessarily meant to be fast, but they have to be fast.
They're not fast men. They're strongmen.
I don't know if you know who some of these people are. Like Matus, the one you're making fun of. He could run you down.
And let me also explain something to you,
jump
Travis.
Perfectly on their back because they can't reach back there and get.
You're like 5'9", right? And these guys are somewhere in the 6'5" to 6'9" range. They've got leg length on you.
Two strides, they caught you.
Yeah, they don't have to work that hard to be that much faster.
In between their shoulder blades, and they'll never find me.
And they'll never. They are pretty big.
They can't reach back there.
He could get lost back there.
He could.
Especially like Novikov's shoulders. He just has to hide behind one shoulder. You'll never see Travis again. His shoulders are ridiculous.
Wouldn't that suck if you couldn't itch the middle of your back like that because your arms
just
were
get a
that?
back scratcher.
And I mean, that's what they're for, right?
Not that bad. I already can't do that, and I'm not as big as them.
I don't know, but that would be
mobility.
frustrating to me. I'd be like, god damn it. Like, I
mean, even right now, there's a spot on your back you can't reach.
Yeah.
That's incorrect.
You just have the best mobility in your shoulders ever, and you can cover your whole back.
Yes.
You're such a liar.
Watch, I'll do it on camera right now.
Oh my God. I like how this podcast is just the Travis show. Like, always. I'm better than everybody.
Watch me be better than everybody.
This is why I'm better. I could beat up a strong man. Like, the shit
I can outrun a professional athlete because I'm in such good shape.
No, I can outsmart them because I just hide behind their back.
So you're smarter than the strong man. So they're dumb now.
Yep. Because they lift weights,
I didn't say they were dumb. I'm just smarter.
I know you. And I don't know if that's true.
Well, that's why I'm smarter.
So, strong men.
Kill me.
Death by strong man. Oh, man, that would be a way to go.
If you ever run into a strong man in the woods, kids, all you got to do is stay calm and jump on their shoulder blades. They'll never
They're getting much more athletic now. And I think you have an old-timey picture in your head.
Yeah, see, I like my muscles
They got like
and
the curly
shit.
mustache with the big ball dumbbells.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with the pants that come up to like the freaking over the belly button, you know. Fucking tit pants.
But we got the
I wish
Shaw
you guys
Classic
were
coming
cool.
That's pretty cool.
up. Yeah,
That's
so
really
that should be interesting.
And I wonder if he can get enough motion with that to actually come up on the level of the Arnold Classic.
Yeah, well, he's got a pretty big following on the YouTubes.
He's definitely not Arnold though, because Arnold is kind of like world famous.
I don't think it'll ever get to the level of the Arnold.
Mm-mm.
That's such a good show, too.
It is.
The production value, everything. That's my favorite one to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Is that one.
They have it like very well sorted out. The only problem is they're using cameras from like 2000, so it's the only
2000.
yes. And
Oh, shit.
that's the only issue I have with it. And it's the dumbest complaint you could possibly have.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me.
Mm-mm.
I like it because it's so stupid heavy.
Yeah, it's crazy heavy, and they have the pacing really, really good.
Look out for Martins this year.
Yeah?
He's getting ready. Because he skipped World's Strongest Man because of his car accident.
Mm-hmm.
So he's getting ready for it, and he's finished second the last like 3 years
Mm-hmm.
to Thor.
Oh.
And Thor's out.
Oh.
Thor retired. So
So
Why
what you're
did Thor
saying is
retire?
got to put some, because he's
Everybody
old.
was wondering.
because he's now 31 or 2.
Too
or
old.
something.
I think he's 30. I think
Is he
he's
30?
our age.
Okay, he might be 30. Yeah. What were you gonna say?
Don't remember.
Something about Martins and the Arnold.
Oh, no, we should put some money on Martins.
You mean me and you, or like at the sports book?
No, I mean like, yeah, no, sportsbook.
Okay, so you want to bet?
You don't want to bet against Martins.
I was like, yeah, I'm not betting against Martins. It's him or Matus.
Yeah.
Like, so you know, why is that funny?
Matus.
Why?
It doesn't even
I
sound
don't know.
like,
It doesn't sound like anything.
yeah.
It's just a funny word.
He laughed at Martins earlier too, and that's like a normal name.
It's a kind of a generic Hispanic name.
Yeah.
Martine makes me think of Fluffy, so that's why it makes me laugh.
What's Fluffy?
Oh, Gabriel Iglesias, the comedian.
Oh,
His friend's name was Martine.
okay.
I like Gabriel. It's funny. I don't know. I'm not fucking interested in Strongman. I'm bored as shit, so I'm finding things to entertain myself, okay? We talked for 30 fucking minutes. Oh, this guy's really strong. This guy's really strong. Oh,
We
he's
actually
just-
didn't. No, we
I
didn't
don't
talk for
care.
30 minutes about Strongman because you rambled on at the beginning of this shit about bullshit.
About pumpkin.
Yeah,
And for
it was-
7 minutes and 50 seconds, I got to talk about my pumpkin. That's a fucking old fuck you guys.
All right, Travis, what do you got?
Well, if you guys were cool, I'd talk about Unis Honest, but neither of you care about that. So it would just be me going, oh, it was such a good channel, and I'm sad it's gone now.
Fucking talk about
You
it.
can, though. See, because we're not pieces of shit that the second somebody talks about something we might not know a ton about, we dump all over it. We
I
listen.
didn't dump all over it. I had a question
Really?
and I listened, but then you
Really?
guys started talking about things more in depth that I didn't care about.
Well, because it's all coming up right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's
World's Strongest Man literally just finished like 2 days ago.
Well, yeah. It was 2 days ago.
well, yeah.
Yeah! God damn it. Okay, let's talk about fucking Unis fucking Honest. Fuck.
No, I don't want to.
No, come on.
Oh God.
Say your shit. You just went on this rant
are
about how
we-
you're bored as shit.
We're like fucking 8-year-olds here.
We are.
Shit. I don't want it.
Go ahead. Let's talk about it.
No.
A lot of people care about it.
No, I don't want it. I don't want to do
No,
it
it was
now.
really good.
No, you ruined it
I
for
got
me.
to, so it ended after a year this last,
Whoa, who
Week
could
on the
have saw that
15th.
coming?
well, you know,
Only
there's a
lasted
lot
a
of people saying that they weren't going to do it.
Oh, I mean,
I don't know.
they had to.
Yeah.
I mean, and you know Mark was going to do it for sure.
Yeah.
After like hearing his explanation of everything and why he wanted to do this, like
Well, let's get
dude's
into
a
it. What was it?
sadist and a masochist, I'm pretty sure.
Why?
We know
like-
nothing about it. Educate us.
Because the whole point that that they were trying to convey was impermanence, right? Like nothing's permanent. You have to live for today, do your best today. But I think what Mark wanted to see is if he could make people care about something so much and then just take it away and see the reaction.
I don't know if it was necessarily that Because the way that makes it feel like he's just like being a dick.
Yeah.
But I think what he was actually trying to do is make a point.
Dick. I think it's. I think you're right. I think
memento mori, because I actually paid attention to this, whether you thought I did or not, was the subtitle for all of this, and it's like remember death, right? And he's just trying to give. Yep. He was trying to give a big year-long allegory, a YouTube channel allegory of death. Like, we have to remember that we're all going to die, and we need to be living in the moment. And I think it's a really nice sentiment. It really is. And then people are already trying to ruin it because people started frantically downloading all the shit.
Yeah, there's already other channels up with all their videos.
Yeah, and that kind of sucks.
The day after, because I stayed up till 1 o'clock in the morning my time, and I had to work the next day, so that sucked. Mm-hmm. But I watched that entire fucking live stream because that was my thing. Every day when I came home, me and Alicia would sit down and we'd watch Unis Honest.
That's cool.
That was our thing for the year, and it was nice to have something to look forward to. And so I really wanted to be there for the live stream. And that's the first time I've watched a live stream all the way through, honestly. And it was so perfect. Like, because nobody had ever done that. Nobody had deleted a channel live while streaming on the channel. So who knew what was going to happen? Right?
Well,
I mean,
I kind of have an idea what might happen. It goes away.
Well, no, because nobody knew. Like, would it keep streaming until you stopped the stream? Would it, because some things do that. Like when you shut down a server on a game, the server can be shut down so nobody else can access it. But the people who are there will still be in the server until they leave. If that makes sense.
The same as deleting it.
Yeah.
Anyways, go ahead.
But yes, Cody, who is so wise in the ways of technology.
I'm just saying, I don't know if okay, you can take a shot at me about technology, that's fine. But saying what's going to happen when they delete a channel while it's streaming is kind of a silly question. It's going to not be there anymore. Even someone who's so dumb in the ways of technology can figure that one out.
Will their stream continue for the people who are in it and they have to physically turn off the stream? Or, will there be this big awkward moment? Will it take a minute? Nobody knew because it hasn't been done before.
Fair. Sure.
You're a jerk.
You're the one that took a shot at me.
Hey, no, you started it.
Did I? Or did I say what everybody is thinking?
I think in any case, it was a cool idea, and I did appreciate everything that they did. I just didn't care enough.
I didn't either.
Because once I saw that, you can only expect so much quality of content when it comes to something like that when they have to put out a video every single day. Yeah. It's just going to turn into normal YouTuber stuff, which fair enough. Yeah, it's whatever, So it wasn't really a thing for me, but
I watched 6 videos.
What I did see though was Game Theory did a video on it, and we're talking about all the stuff for it.
I don't know if that was an excited or a pissed
No, it was.
Was it?
No. Okay. So the entire time, Mark was always going okay. He's like, don't make this more than something than what it is. There's nothing more deep here. There's no lore. There's no story. Just take it for what it is. And then during the live stream, he casually looks at the camera and goes, the lore is all true, all of it. You just haven't figured out the secrets. And then just ignored it and kept going. And then I watched that Game Theory thing. There totally is fucking lore there. Oh, yeah. Did you watch the Game Theory thing?
Yeah, I just said that I did.
He's the one that brought it up.
Yeah. God damn it.
No, yeah, that. I wasn't sure if you'd just seen it or if you'd watched it. But, some of the shit in there, God damn it. And that's the thing is, now it's gone. How do you go back and try to, figure it out?
Well, I mean, there's
other channels.
Yeah, it's already been popular.
Go watch the pirated ones.
Unis Honest new channel.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah, watch that one.
Yeah.
Everybody, was anybody surprised that happened right away?
I mean, no, but it still sucks.
I even told Travis because he said it was ending on the day it was ending, and I was like, better go download it all. Everybody did that.
Yeah, of course.
Not everybody, but,
Someone out there, I guarantee you, from day one, has a big stack of hard drives with every single episode downloaded.
Of course. As soon as they said that they were going to delete it in a year, they're like, well, I'm going to keep all this.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Which I wonder if people are going to try to profit off that, like sell.
Absolutely.
Of course they are.
Why would you not try to make money off of it?
Of course they are, and they should. Good for them.
Yeah, why not?
Fuck it.
The one that I saw, it says Unis Honest new channel. Both the original one and they put one other video up. Both of them had over 1 million views already.
Yeah.
And it went up yesterday.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
good for them.
Mark said during the live stream that he's going to have lawyers trying to take all that shit down, but there's that would be such a huge undertaking.
Yeah.
Good luck taking down the internet.
Yeah, like I mean, I'm sure that they're going to get people copyright struck and take shit down that's on YouTube, but like finding all of that
back
would be
up on
impossible.
another channel.
Yeah, it's impossible.
Yeah. It's going to constantly be there, and that does kind of suck because it ruins what people are trying to do. But it's also something that, from the moment they announced this channel, I said that right away. I was like, oh, they're just going to download this. Like
now, if they were more coy about the eventuality of it, then they would have been fine. And there's like, oh yeah, by the way, we're deleting this channel, and like right on the last day, no one would have time to do it, you know. And it's like, oh, but they just left the clues that they were going to delete it in the videos. That probably would have been better.
Would have been better, yeah.
I don't know, because at that point, then there's no anticipation, if that makes sense. And I think it loses some of the.
I guess
because that's what they even said.
That shit.
Yeah, I mean the countdown clock was kind of obvious.
Well, and they even said that people seemed like they forgot partway through the year because they'd just get in this spree where they were doing a bunch of like silly videos, and then they'd come out with one that was like semi-serious that reminded you, hey, you know, this is gonna end. And people would go, oh yeah, fuck, you know, like.
It's just one of those things like, hey, pay attention.
Well, a year's so quick. Nobody realizes how quick that is. Like for me, when when it came time, like this is already over, I was like, holy shit, that was fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. When he told me it was ending, I was like, oh, wow.
That was
today.
Definitely.
And I'm not going to lie, because I didn't think it would impact me that much, but the next day afterwards, like I came home and I kind of felt a little lost with it. I was like, oh, what do I do now today? Because I don't have, you know, there's no sit down time and let's watch this thing, you know.
Well, you could watch Unis on this new channel.
I reported the shit out of that. I was so bad about that.
That's awesome.
That's the thing is that I would say bravo to them, because normally I wouldn't care. I don't care enough to go report a channel, but they made something that I was like, this is so cool that I cared enough that I was like, I got to report this. Fuck you, this guy.
Well, I think if Mark actually went out and said, it's like, hey, if you see someone start to put up other channels and stuff, and he's like, hey, fucking report that shit. Because if he does that and he's like kind of puts that out there, you and all the people who really cared about that will be the army of the internet, and it'll be a lot more effective than trying to get lawyers into it.
Yeah, lawyers aren't going to be able to do shit.
Yeah, no, I think he did mention that, you know, like, hey, if you see this, you know, like report it. Like, he said a lot more than what I said. I just can't remember exactly what he said because I didn't download it like a good boy
or a dumb boy. Because you'd be making
I think that made it that much more special, is you had to be there.
Of course, I've always believed that there has to be like consequences in things, and like in movies, for instance, I'm a big movie guy, and I want you to kill some of the characters I love, right? Because it makes me care a little more,
right?
But people are always like,
consequential.
Oh, bring them back. You got to bring them back. No, that's stupid. You need to have stakes. And that is the one thing that the channel did. It had some stakes. You don't get that anymore.
Yeah.
I just would have cared more if it was different content. That's my only thing.
Right. Maybe.
See, and I agree. Some of it got to where they were just making silly videos.
One episode, they just held their breath. They timed how long they could hold their breath underwater. It's like, what? Who gives a fucking shit?
Right.
I don't care. Delete that video.
I think I would have probably appreciated it more if they did one video a week and they were higher quality, higher production quality, and more thought out.
I thought it was.
There was quite a few that were like higher production qualities, though.
I guess I missed them.
Yeah, no, like, and they weren't very often. I'm not gonna lie. But it was like the one that comes to mind is He Who is finding He Who.
That sounds
Finding
very
He Who.
So Mark got naked a few times on the channel.
Who?
And Mark.
Oh. What happened?
And every time he got naked a few times on the channel.
Naked. Oh.
shit.
Yeah. And every time that he got naked, for whatever reason, he'd start doing this caveman thing.
What
And so
does that mean?
Yeah, what is a caveman thing?
like he'd grunt and be all bent over like, oh. Like,
Okay. I got it.
and so
Okay.
eventually people started naming that as another character. It was He Who.
Okay.
So how
they
did we settle onto that name?
People.
I don't know. I don't really remember where that came from. Where He Who was.
Well, you can just go back and watch
because at first it was no, you can't. It's not.
Shoot.
But at first it was Caveman Mark is what everybody would call it, and then eventually He Who came out of somewhere. I have no idea.
names.
But they did this whole documentary like style video.
What was it called? He Who the Legend?
No, it was Finding He Who.
Finding He Who.
Oh.
Yeah, it was Finding He Who.
Good.
And yes, it was funny. I enjoyed the shit out of it. And
Funny
it was shot in like a
good?
really high quality documentary style. It was good. It was good. Another one.
We didn't see it, so we can't
Another
judge.
one that I really
But we
enjoy
can.
is they did.
We will.
Another one that I really enjoyed is they did an escape room thing.
Mm-hmm.
For they did one at the beginning of the channel where they actually went to a professional escape room, and then they did another one
Professional.
around Halloween of this year that was like Ethan kidnapped Mark and put him in an escape room kind of thing, and both of those were really funny and good. Like there was a few really high production things there that were interesting, and also like you remember when I did the Hunger Games, for my guild, and you guys were in it.
Yep.
Which
that idea
was
came
rigged, by the way, because I would kill all your guild members. But
you died immediately. It was
I
good.
know. I was like the first night. This bullshit. I would murder all.
But
you guys.
I got that idea from them because they did that during Quarantanus, which is when they got quarantined and didn't hang out with each other because
Right.
Which that's the thing. I really enjoyed it for what it was. I haven't looked into the lore at all because they were really good at being like there is no lore, and then turns out there was.
But was there
like
no?
I don't. There was enough there. Like you saw it, Aaron. There's enough there that something was there. Whether it was
I
really
just
something big or not.
Silly bullshit.
I don't think there was really any direction to it. It was just like darkness, death, things.
Things of that nature and such.
See, I liked Matt Pat's theory on it, where it appeared that somebody was trying to stop the clock, quote unquote, like they're
Right.
like I like that theory.
I did not see enough.
It's a great idea, but Matt Pat's smart enough to the point where he can pull lore out of nothing. There could be like a toothbrush on the ground and it's like spinning. He's like, now imagine that spinning brush is actually an allegory for life.
And then there's Honey. Hi, Honey. Good morning, you fuck.
That fucking dog.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so
You should have been there for last night's stream.
well, that video is still there, unlike other videos.
What?
Yeah, you can go watch the Matt Pat video.
Oh, yeah.
And go see like what he's talking about.
Yeah. And he screen
sure he's
capped
really
a
good
fair
at-
bit.
Pulling shit out of his ass.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's great. That's what his whole channel's about.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And the people that do that are really good at it.
Mm-hmm.
I've never liked these fucking theory things. People tell me I'm this and this is really that, and it's like, or it's not, and that's all bullshit, and it's dumb, and I hate you now.
See, I have the same idea of it.
The fucking dog.
I hate it.
I'm also in the same boat where it's just like, oh yeah, or it's fucking just whatever, and we're pulling it out of nowhere. But I still find the theories entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just find it as like, this is a fun entertainment and not really supplementary or cohesive, but whatever,
Right.
it's fun.
Right. But I know it affected a lot of people. the way it affected Travis. I forgot his name.
Travis.
I've known him for
That
my
one
whole
guy
life.
that I've known forever.
My whole life, and I'm like, what's your name?
What? Michel?
Matus.
Oh,
That's his name.
Yes. You know what's funny too is I think MatPat has been more instrumental in the development of indie games just because he's been so prevalent with the theories and whatnot. Now here's a question for you guys. Do you think
Okay, let's try to focus. Focus, Travis. Aaron had a question. I think it's going to be interesting.
Okay.
Do you think that Five Nights at Freddy's would still be a thing if it wasn't for MatPat?
I think it would be a
Mark.
thing, but it wouldn't be as big of a thing.
I
And
think
I also would actually credit Markiplier for why it's
I think
somewhat
Mark
big
is
too.
a bigger thing.
I think it would have died out after 2 games though. And I don't
think
think it would have had
after
stories
3. You
and
can give it 3.
I don't know. Mark kept that thing going.
he did, but it kept going.
Because the only
blood
reason I even
pressure
know
is
what it
going
is
up.
because of Mark. I don't know who MatPat is.
Right.
Other
But
than what you guys have told me.
sure.
recently.
But
So MatPat basically helped develop the story around it. Like, I don't know if he actually helped
I
develop
got
the
it
story
now.
around it, but
I got it now.
yeah.
I'm saying I think Mark was a little more instrumental in that.
I think it would have fizzled out though. He played the game, and I think because he played the game and
so
got
funny.
famous,
So funny.
is super famous.
Because he's the king of Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah, of course. But I don't think it would have kept going without MatPat, like in getting the story going and getting people interested in the game, other than just its initial jump scare Mageddon.
Maybe because I'm ignorant to all that stuff. So I actually don't
Yeah,
really
I
know
don't
the story
know,
behind
honestly.
Five Nights at Freddy's.
There's not really a story.
I figured.
Yeah,
I just like watching Mark scream
just
at it.
a purple guy and some dead kids.
Yeah. Every time Mark starts talking about the story and all that stuff, I kind of zone out.
Yeah.
I just want to see him scream at the
You
game.
are probably in the
Is that the
minority.
bite of 87?
Yeah, see, I never understood anything.
Yeah.
I just like him screaming.
I liked the lore around it. Like, if it's true
Well,
or
you're a
not,
lore
it was
boy.
still interesting.
Yeah,
I like stories.
You're a
Well,
lore
it's
boy.
definitely not true, but now it could be
What's not true?
more true. Well, because initially I don't think much of the story was really thought out, and I think everything was pieced together
Oh,
after
I
the
think
fact.
there's no story. I think what happened with that, because I've heard people try to talk about the story and shit.
Mm-hmm.
There's no story, and then people like you're talking about, MatPat,
Mm-hmm.
Mark, all these other people that kind of made it a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Then the developers are like, we should do something with that.
Yeah, maybe that's one of the
That's a
things
good
that
idea.
I thought about was like, I wonder if the theory wasn't true, but then they made it true
think
because the
that's-
theory was so good.
I think that's exactly what happened. Because they're like, oh, people care about that. Let's do more of that shit.
Right.
And then they're just letting other people fill in their story, which is a brilliant way to
Oh
create
yeah,
stuff.
like I don't want to do work. I don't want to think about storylines. Let's just put some random shit in there and let's
'cause
see
I
what
think
people come up
there's
with.
No story there at all. But it's cool.
Yeah,
People seem to give a shit.
right. Yeah,
But in any point, I just wanted to say that I really enjoyed Unis Honest, and thank you guys for if they ever watch this, because we're going to be famous one day.
Oh yeah, Mark is
Yeah.
one of our 4
Mark's
viewers.
going to watch this podcast.
Oh, yeah,
Episode
definitely.
He always
81.
watches.
episode 81.
He's going to sit down with Bernie Sanders and give it a
It's-
watch.
We're not there yet. It's Mark and it's Johnny D
We're not there yet.
and it's Dalton. Those are the people that watch.
Yep.
So it's Markiplier, Dalton, and Johnny D,
And
and
Johnny
then
D.
eventually Bernie Sanders.
Maybe.
Bernie Sanders.
We're still
By
we're
the
not there yet.
time we get there, he will be dead.
So who wants to hear about my sausage story?
I forgot about that.
Yep, I forgot about it
Is
too.
it a quickie?
Yeah, it's not that bad.
All right, let's do
It's
it.
a little sausage.
It's a small sausage.
It's a little
It's a little one. Give us your quickie sausage.
Hot sausage.
So my
me that
sausage. No,
sausage.
it's,
Hot sausage.
so
minute.
I forgot my oatmeal when I went to work this last time. And if
Dummy.
anybody knows me, I have a really fucked up digestive system. So I was like, oh, I'm really hungry, and they're like, you could have some eggs and sausage, and I was like, oh god, I shouldn't. I'm hungry, and I did.
Powdered
Yeah, I
eggs
ate-
and hospital sausage.
Actually, their eggs are real because they were fried eggs.
Congrats.
Can I just say, hospital food is not that bad.
It's not.
I've been in the hospital many times because
why have you been in the hospital?
Because my family is constantly trying to die. So I've been in them many times, and I've had to eat hospital food. It's actually kind of good.
Yeah,
I'm a fan of hospital food.
I didn't like it at all.
It's pretty good. Well, is it because the food was bad or because the situation was bad?
I don't.
Both.
Probably both.
Yeah, that might make it worse because, like, I'm there like twice a week if it felt there for a while.
The 2 times I was subjected to hospital food that I can remember was once with my dad when he had colon cancer, and all he could have was Jell-O. So hospital Jell-O is not great.
So the hospital food was Jell-O?
I don't know if I've ever had hospital Jell-O.
It's
a lot like regular Jell-O, except you're in a shitty situation.
Mm-hmm. And there's like no sweetness to it whatsoever.
No,
so it's just like mildly cherry water.
Oh,
it's a LaCroix.
Spread that shit out, man.
Yeah,
they got to make it last.
It's LaCroix, except not fizzy.
Yep, pretty much.
LaCroix.
Natural essence.
I like hospital food. After this, you want to go to the hospital, get some food?
No.
Get some lunch?
That's the thing is, no one, fucking nobody says hospital food is good.
It's not that bad. It's pretty good.
Actually, our house, Ermac up here has pretty decent food. Like, people legitimately go there.
Ermac, like the guy from Mortal Kombat?
Uh-huh. It's
cool.
Actually just like that.
He has a fucking hospital?
He's got a whole ass hospital. But anyway, so the sausage story.
Good for Ermac.
Right.
He's making money on the back end.
I ate that sausage, and by that night, dude, I was like, oh God, my liver. No, it wasn't my stomach. It's upper right-hand quadrant. My liver felt like a rock.
Oh.
Like it was painful.
I've never felt my liver.
You're right.
Well, don't get fatty liver disease.
My liver.
Well, I didn't know that's what it was. Like, honestly, you know what I thought it was originally when I first started feeling it?
A big fart.
No, I thought it was fat. So when I sat down, I thought it was because I was fat. So when I sat down,
it took me a second.
Listen, because I was a lot more overweight back a little while ago. I thought it was fat. So when I sat down, my tits folded over on themselves. So it was just uncomfortable right there because my fat was pushing down on itself.
Oh, no.
As
fat.
That's what I thought it was originally.
Oh, fuck. My fat's folding. It hurts.
Yeah, like, that's what I thought it was. I'm like,
you go to the doctor. Fat. They always ask you what's wrong. You're like, my fat folds hurt.
Well, it turns out it was because I was fat.
Oh, fuck.
I wasn't wrong.
Oh, so did you die?
Dude, like, literally by that night, I didn't tell Alicia, but, like, I was pooping straight water.
Oh.
Ugh.
Oh.
And I thought I was going to die. Like, literally, I was like, I might need to go to the ER. I might need to do it. Like, it hurt so bad. Like, if I had narcotics, I would have taken them.
Like,
for one piece of sausage?
Yeah. Fuck sausage. Turns out, right?
So, but here's the thing. Haven't you had, like, fucking McDonald's recently?
No. I haven't had McDonald's in a long time.
What's a long time?
Probably a year. Well, no.
I don't believe that. Because you've told me you had McDonald's.
No, yeah, I usually
remember
don't
recent conversations where you're like, ooh, I'm going to have me some McDonald's. I need a double cheeseburger with extra cheese.
I usually don't get double cheeseburgers. Like, I usually do chicken nuggets or like a
a single cheeseburger.
That's healthier.
See what I did there? Single cheeseburger.
I mean, it's not a ton healthier. It's just not.
I'm just saying, I don't think that one sausage is what did it. Or maybe it was. I'm not a doctor.
Maybe it was.
That's the only thing, like, recently that I've eaten that was really bad.
And I don't know how technology works, I guess.
And, like, I know I have a history with sausage. Usually when I eat sausage, it kind of makes me feel not good. But that one was especially... I have a history. No, but that one was especially bad.
Who has a fucking history with sausage? What a stupid thing to say.
sausage, it's not good. Even like turkey sausage and shit like that.
Oh my god, you just broke my brain.
Oh god.
I hate you, Cody. You're stupid.
I love you too, buddy.
Oh god.
Oh, that hurt. History of sausage. I gotta remember that. I gotta name that this.
A history with sausage.
A history with sausage. Oh, fuck, that's funny. Oh my god.
Yeah, but I almost died from eating a piece of sausage.
Well, congratulations. Stop eating hospital sausage.
Yeah, it turns out.
Or sausage in general, I guess. Because of his history with it.
Right, yeah. A deep history with sausage.
You know,
That
it's kind of
sucks.
like, for me, sausage is kind of like getting drunk.
Do explain.
Yeah, please.
Like, you know how you get like fucking really, really drunk and the next day you feel like shit and you're like, oh, I'm never going to do that again. And then you do it again like 2 years later.
2 years?
I
don't think you're
guess.
talking about normal people. Most people are like, I got so hungover, and then like 2 weeks later, and fucking.
I don't remember the last time I was super
like
drunk.
I have a bender like every 5 years.
One of those Trav benders.
Trav.
No, the last one was when I went to Michigan. They had $3 Long Island iced teas.
Oh, that's a bad idea.
Fuck.
And I looked at Dan and I go, Dan, I'm going to get really drunk. Goodbye. He goes, okay, bye. And
I think
then
there was-
we ended up talking about, and this, if you ask anybody in my guild that was there, this is one of the iconic moments of that night. We started talking about how Childish Gambino was really bad and that System of a Down aerials had no meaning. And like there was a big, long discussion about all of that for the entire night.
Okay.
And then I threw up everywhere.
You know, it does slightly upset me that you can travel all the way across the country to fucking Michigan to go hang out with people that you talk to online, but your friends that you've known your entire life, who is literally within a day's drive, you know, you'd never fucking go see.
You know what the difference is? You know what the difference was?
They bought him a ticket.
They paid for me to go out there.
Okay.
They bought the ticket.
No, honestly, that's the thing. I haven't seen them in, 3-4 years? I haven't seen you guys in, 2 years? Same thing.
Two?
When was the last
it's
time we've
been
seen each
2
other?
years since I've been to Nevada.
Feels longer.
It feels like a lot longer, dude. Are you sure?
I believe him, but
Yeah. No, I've kept track.
I believe you.
Okay. So
And I'm supposed to come down there as soon as I'm done
plane
graduating.
ride is all it would take.
We're
So
buying you a plane ticket.
yeah,
No.
yes.
Yeah.
I can't,
You-
I can't
you said
come
that
right
was the
now.
difference.
If that was the difference,
That's-
we're buying you a plane ticket
Yeah,
and you're
it's-
coming down here.
It's $50.
Yeah.
I'll buy one for next weekend.
Yeah. See you next week.
I
bud.
can't. It's finals week.
We'll
what do
see
you
you in
want?
a week. You want to wrap it up?
No.
We're going to see Travis
okay,
next
fuck
week.
you.
We'll
He's gonna be
No,
able to see
Bernie-
you.
we'll see
Bernie
you
is gonna
in
come
the
and
next
visit me.
episode.
Right here.
I can't
He'll
go.
be right next to us.
Bernie's already
And
bought a
we
plane
will
ticket.
see you in the next one.
Thanks, guys.
Do all the liking and stuff, whatever.
It
Bye.
was fun.